We finally made it. Week 1 of the 2022 NFL season is finally here. After a lopsided Thursday night football matchup of the Buffalo Bills destroying the defending champ LA Rams, I'm here to give you my 5 favorite bets for this upcoming weekend. So, without further ado, let's just dive into my first bet, the Baltimore Ravens minus 6.5 at the New York Jets. This one for me is just really easy. I just think the stars come out to play in week 1, and Lamar Jackson to me is a star. I love their offense. I don't care if they're going to not have J.K. Dobbins or Gus Edwards, and their receiving core is a little weak. Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews are plenty for that Baltimore offense. And the Jets, I mean, let's be honest. They just lost another offensive lineman. Joe Flacco's starting. I don't really buy into the revenge game from Mr. Flacco. I just think the Jets really stand no chance here against Baltimore, who I think could probably win the division this year in the AFC North. So I'm going to go Baltimore minus 6.5 pretty easily. This is my favorite bet of the week. My second bet of the week, speaking of revenge games, is the Carolina Panthers at home, 1.5 point underdogs to the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield comes into Carolina, and I think this is a huge opportunity to just pound Cleveland. I don't like Jacoby Brissett under center for Cleveland. I honestly think they might just be better off with Josh Dobbs, who looked pretty good in the preseason. I think Cleveland can still hold their own because the running game is so strong, and the defense has been good the past years. And the Panthers are one of those teams where they have Christian McCaffrey. If Baker Mayfield can actually be a consistent quarterback, they have DJ Moore, they have the offensive weapons. They're getting their young players back on defense. Remember, last year they started off the season 3-0 before they lost J.C. Horn and a couple defenders and Christian McCaffrey, and then Sam Darnold completely collapsed. So if Baker Mayfield can be any hint of consistency for this team, I think the Panthers at home can win this game easily against Cleveland, whose offense could struggle to put up points. My third bet of the week is the Houston Texans 7-point underdogs at home upsetting the Indianapolis Colts. Now, you might be saying, oh my God, are you kidding me? Really, Houston? But being a 7-point underdog to the Indianapolis Colts with a new quarterback in town being Matt Ryan and a team that was so good at running the ball last year, it just seems a little fishy to me. Houston, admittedly, not a great team, but they always play Indianapolis tough, and at home, where maybe Matt Ryan takes a week or two to get settled in as a new quarterback. I didn't think Matt Ryan was honestly that awesome last year, where people hate Carson Wentz but love Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan threw like 20 touchdowns last year. It wasn't awesome. So maybe this year that offense struggles to get going, right away. And Houston coming back with Davis Mills, you never know. I think 7 points on the road is a lot to give. So I'm taking Houston, who's at home, 7-point underdogs. I'll take it. My fourth bet, I'm sticking with the AFC North. I'm going Pittsburgh plus 6.5 going to Cincinnati. You might be saying, oh my God, once again, really? You're going to bet against the defending Super Bowl runner-ups, I guess? Yes, I am, because I didn't think Cincinnati really should have been in that Super Bowl last year. They got pretty lucky in the game against Tennessee where Ryan Tannehill pretty much shit the bed. They shouldn't have beat the Chiefs where Mahomes had a major collapse. It felt kind of Cinderella-ish, right? Like they had their big miracle run. I'm not saying Cincinnati's going to be completely terrible this year. I'm not even saying they're going to lose this game. But I think Pittsburgh, who was a fringe playoff team last year, made the playoffs with Ben Roethlisberger, who was terrible. I think Mitch Trubisky, although may not be a great quarterback, opens up that offense that has great weapons, great running backs, not a great offensive line, but that doesn't worry me. And I think the defense will be even better than what it was last year. They have too many good pieces for them not to be at least decent at defense. Cincinnati, kind of the same boat, where I think they're a great team. The offensive line should be better. Not sure yet, but should be. And has great weapons. Defense, not as awesome as I think it is. A couple good pass rushers. But I really don't think that Cincinnati are 7 points better than the Pittsburgh Steelers. I just can't believe it. Unless Mr. Trubisky is really horrible in this game, I think Pittsburgh keeps it close and can cover the spread. My fifth and final bet for the week, let's say it together.
Broncos country, let's ride. Broncos country, let's ride.
I'm taking Denver minus 6.5 on the road at Seattle. Bottom line for me, Seattle isn't a great team. Their offensive line has been really bad the last couple years. Their defense has fallen apart since, the 12-man days. I can't get behind this team with Geno Smith under center. I think Russell Wilson is still an elite quarterback, and I hope this year he goes out and proves it with Denver. -6.5 seems like a steal to me, especially with their offensive weapons of Jerry Jeudy, Albert O this year, Cortland Sutton, RIP Tim Patrick's knee, but KJ Hamler, both the running backs, Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams. I just think they're too offensively talented with Patrick Surtain on defense and a decent pass rush with Bradley Chubb. I just think it's too much talent to go against Seattle to really lose this game on the road. The only worry I have is maybe it's, hey, it's the first time quarterback thing. I have almost every quarterback I've listed today is on a new team. That could be my only thing. Maybe they get a rough, start out the gate and they keep it close. But I think Denver, no matter what, wins this game. So if you want to do money line, I think Denver wins it easily. But -6.5 on the road against Seattle with, like I said, Geno Smith and not a good offensive line, some weapons, but nothing that worries me too much. I'm going to go with Russell Wilson at -6.5. And all right, those are my 5 bets for week 1 of the 2022 NFL season. God, I'm glad we're back. If you liked the video, leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel for more. I'll be back next week with my week 2 bets. So if you like the bets this week, stay tuned, and I'll see you guys next week. Good luck.